Steve Spurrier, shockingly that he resigned in the middle of the season. Was this a good idea by him to quit now, or was this a stupid idea for him to quit and not finish the season?
I don't have any problem with him if he had come out and announced he was retiring at the end of the season. In fact, most of us expected that. But no, I don't like quitting on your team halfway through the season. I get what he's saying. He said today at his press conference that he's not the right guy for the job anymore. They need to hear from a new voice. But there's always I don't know of many situations where it's better off for the players to have an interim coach. Maybe they will start to turn things around here, but for the most part, you're basically giving up on the season. Players are going to be wondering who the next coach is going to be. Assistants are going to be starting to angle for their next job. So I really, he's a great coach, the Hall of Fame coach. I'm not sure I like the way he handled this.
Yeah, Stewart, not that students are treated very fairly, student athletes on the NCAA level, but these kids committed to Steve Spurrier, and he is giving up on his commitment to them. That doesn't sit well with me either.
And I think, I use the example on Twitter. If some other coach did, if Mark Helfrich at Oregon, they're struggling this season, up and quit today and said, I don't think I'm the guy to turn this thing around, so I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here, people would crush him. Spurrier's just built up so much goodwill with the media because of his one-liners, and he's great to deal with, and of course he's won a whole lot of games, that he's kind of getting a free pass here. I also think that one thing he alluded to in there is recruiting. I mean, it's no secret he does not like recruiting, especially it's gotten more and more intense. And so the one thing I will say is, if he felt like he was a liability in recruiting, that they weren't able to recruit kids because they didn't believe he was going to be around much longer, then I can understand making the announcement. But again, if he had just made the announcement and kids knew there was going to be a new coach at the end of the year, that would be no different than what's happening right now.
Not the first time, and I've known him since we were in high school in Tennessee together, but and love him, honestly, as a person and as a coach, but not the first time he's ever quit on a team. He did it with Washington in the NFL, and I totally agree with both of you. This was a mistake. You announce, I'm going to stay. The president said, announce you're going to quit, stay to the end of the year. Then at least your recruiters and your assistant coaches will be out there saying, we're going in a new direction at the end of the year. But after you tell players not to quit, and he was one of those critical of Clowney who kind of quit his last year at South Carolina, for him to turn around after an impressive career that will have a strong legacy to quit in the middle of the year. I find it so distasteful, and I totally disagree with what he did. And if they had been, let's say 6-2, he wouldn't have quit. He quit.
Yeah.
He quit on the team.
Woody, I just think, he doesn't like losing, and this is not a good team. They're 2-4. They're probably going to continue to lose. And somebody made the point, and it's a good one, that if he did stay on and they didn't go to a bowl, his last game would probably be getting his butt handed to him by Dabo Swinney at Clemson, which is his absolute least favorite thing to do. So I really do feel like this is kind of getting out before that happens.
Yeah, let's go to the other coast now. USC. Did USC do the right thing by making the firing announcement right now, or not waiting at least till the end of the season and letting him go through rehabilitation?
Let's go back a couple months. The wrong thing started when, after the incident at the Salute to Troy, the booster event where he got up there and gave a drunken speech and it was clear there were issues, that was the time to put him on a leave of absence and let him go get the treatment that he needs, because it really is a very sad situation. I've known him for a long time. A lot of people know him, and he had always heard rumblings, or not always, but last 2 years I heard rumblings of some problems he's going through. And so I just find it hard to believe that Pat Hayden, his own athletic director, who works in the same building as him, wouldn't have known more about that. They said, he said today, Hayden said, we just wanted to give him a second chance. But this isn't the kind of thing you get second chances for. It's something you have to go out and get treatment for. And so he didn't do that. It got worse. And now Hayden found himself in a really awful situation where he gets a call Sunday saying, hey, your coach just showed up to work in no condition to work. So I do get why it took 24 hours. I get that, on Sunday it's kind of an emergency situation. We just have to take care of this right now. And then he took 24 hours to do his due diligence. The question is, why didn't he do his due diligence I mean, some would say back when he hired him, but at the very least in late August.